What up, yo?
A ghost!
A gaist.
Hey, what's up, pups? Welcome to another episode of the Power Up Podcast, the show that tries to keep itself up to date in terms of pop culture news, and that ranges from like anime, video games, movies, what have you, whatever I enjoy, and hopefully you enjoy too, with the goal of being reminded that we can be entertained for entertainment's sakes. Yeah, I felt like I stumbled over my words there, stakes. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. It is windy and stormy here in Texas. Hopefully the storms have passed, but my lights have been flickering. So if all of a sudden the stream cuts out, that is the reason why. And chances are I probably won't start it up again because I can't guarantee that it'll stay stable. But yeah, I guess we'll try to go ahead and kind of get the show on the road here. If you're new to the show and you enjoy it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to get notified when I go live. Right now we're on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Specifically trying to grow Rumble here since I got accepted in the creator monetization program. That can help lead towards hopefully using the skills God has given me, create content, to hang out with people and won't lie to game and stuff. With all that fun stuff. So if you can help support the channel that way, just pushing the algorithm, that is more than enough. But obviously, if you want to go beyond that, you can always check out like memberships and subscription tiers. Highly, highly appreciate it. So we'll throw that out there. I need to create better banners in terms of that. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. So a lot of stuff happening. Oh my goodness, excuse me. A lot of stuff happening. I know some of the bigger topics are like, Hassan being banned from Twitch only to come back like super quick because, Twitch is a bunch of buttholes. And then Amaranth, the whole Amaranth situation. But, I'm keeping myself up to date on that, but I'm not really going to be talking about that. It sucks in terms of like, obviously Amaranth being stalked and stuff, but way to express your Second Amendment rights if it is indeed true. And yeah, Hassan is a bitch. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's hop into this, shall we? Whoa, bam. All right, this comes from Tech for Gamers here. Ex-Ubisoft developer says gamers are more interested in unique indie games than AAA titles today. I wonder why. Can anybody take a wild guess as to why gamers would rather enjoy a unique indie game or indie games in general as opposed to the AAA titles today? Things that make you go, There's little doubt about AAA's gaming's currently unstable nature. Modern games take more and more time to develop, which they shouldn't because they're too busy doing all the stupid motion capture garbage when literally you don't need to at all. It's not necessary. People who actually care about games will enjoy the game, even if it doesn't look super hyper realistic. And if that's the only reason why a lot of people play games, you're playing it for the wrong reason. And even big success don't guarantee job security. On the other hand, failures almost certainly spell disaster for entire teams. Yeah. I mean, any job really doesn't guarantee job security unless there's, you don't have a contract set up, then yeah, you don't have security. On the other hand, failure, I read that, who cares? This situation has also created an interesting opportunity for indie studios. As a former Ubi developer notes, the gaming industry is at a crossroads. Now you may ask yourself why it matters. Indie gaming has steadily risen to new heights, and the lackluster state of AAA gaming gives indie studios a major chance to break new ground. VGC recently spoke to former Ubisoft developers David Solinia and Christian Cantamisa, the former of whom worked on the Mario plus Rabbids IP. On the other hand, Christian, I think I said Christina, Christian Cantamisa has worked on high-profile titles like Red Dead Redemption. One as opposed to two, and both developers have now joined forces to work on an indie project. So, discussing the decision to start a new studio, Solinia stated the industry is at a very interesting point. He highlighted how massive investments need to be recouped in modern projects, making AAA gaming unsustainable. Interestingly, Ubisoft itself is struggling with sustainability today, with past rumors pointing to imminent bankruptcy for the gaming giant. So Liani believes this. I feel like I've been saying the name wrong the whole time, but we're just going to roll with it. Believes the solution could lie in a greater indie focus. He points out that players are more interested than ever in unique experiences that break away from typical AAA trends. This is also why a platformer like Astrobot won Game of the Year and various other awards last year. Hard disagree on that. The reason why Astrobot won a bunch of game awards is because Sony paid the most for the gaming awards. Let's not kid ourselves here, Tech for Gamers. The audience is aligning away from the more studio fare and towards the indie fare. Both David Soliani and Christian Hanamesa are currently working on a new IP. While little is known about their next project, the team is likely to focus on delivering an experience not found in most AAA offerings today. And then, what are your thoughts on the developer's comment? I mean, I understand where. I mean, as developers, I would hope that you would have some sort of credibility attached to your name in terms of explaining of what's happening here. But let's be real. Like, I mean, and this could have just been the person who wrote this article here. This right here is 100% garbage. Astrobot won the game. It may be a solid game, but they ultimately won the game is because Sony put that much money into the Game Awards. Let's be real here. And let's also be real here. This article is completely ignoring the fact, as well as the people like stating this stuff, they're ignoring the fact that a lot of established franchises are being bastardized and taken over, and having ideology that has nothing to do with the story or really the franchise in general is being inserted in there, and thinking that because, well, it's already established, that we'll just get our money back. It doesn't sell. Doesn't sell. And they know it doesn't sell too, because if these people would open their eyes and look at games like Discord and Dustborn and all that or Concord and Dustborn, that's the answer right there. Doesn't sell. Same with Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Do not sell. So, yeah, they can say that all they want, but we know the truth. So I thought this was funny. Assassin's Creed Shadows boasts a 30 to 40 hour main campaign. It confirms the length of Assassin's Creed Shadows, that would be Ubisoft, and it could add a new game plus. Well, that would be not good. Like, I don't foresee a lot of people doing that new game plus. In fact, I don't see a lot of people actually playing the game. I know some out there, but let's be real. Let's be real. That's according to the title's creative director, Jonathan Dumont, who also held the same role on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Selling the 2023 Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was a more streamlined action adventure game in the vein of earlier series entries, Shadows is a more expansive RPG akin to Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. In an interview with Genki, Dumont also said completionists should expect to spend in excess of 80 hours with the game. This seemingly puts the game's scope roughly in line with 2017 Assassin's Creed Origins. And according to GameLife tracking site How Long to Beat, hey, I use that when I want to decide on what games I want to stream in terms of like what to start up next. Origins took 30 hours to finish the main story and 85 to complete. The main story in 2018's Assassin's Creed Odyssey took some 45 hours to beat, while completionists spent 144 hours within the game. In Valhalla was even longer, players taking 61 hours to finish the main story and 148 hours to complete the game. So, unlike Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Shadows could receive a new game plus mode post-release. Dumont reportedly told Genki that Ubisoft would look into adding the feature in other modes based on player feedback. Well, first off, they failed at following players' feedback, because the majority of the feedback was, why is Yasuke in the game? No one asked for Yasuke. And, through reports of people, Yasuke was inserted into the game because of the George Floyd movement. Ridiculous. Following 2 days, Assassin's Creed Shadows will be released on March 20th, 2025. So coming up here. However, the game's street data was broken in late February, leading to a significant number of people being able to obtain the game nearly a month ahead of its official release. The development team is still working on patches to prepare the experience for launch, and any footage shared online does not represent the final quality of the game. Who cares? You guys already took time to try to fix the game. Don't talk about what the final quality of the game is going to look like, because you guys failed at it twice. Leaks are unfortunate and can diminish the excitement for players. We kindly ask you not to spoil the experience for others. I mean, we kindly asked you. I say we collectively, not me necessarily, because I stopped playing Assassin's Creed games a while ago. But we as gamers want games that actually care about, the overall franchise and story and whatnot. Again, you guys chose a protagonist who doesn't represent Japan at all. But you retards wanted to be like, oh, it should be seen from someone else's point of view. Okay, but make it a different game then. Everybody knows that when people are asking of an Assassin's Creed game that takes place in Japan, it was not Yasuke. Everybody knows this. These fools come in here and found the perfect candidate because there's hardly any information about him. And one douchebag hyped the crap out of him with lies. Oh my gosh. There you go. Anybody who wants Assassin's Creed Shadows main campaign length, you're looking at 30 to 40 hours. Halo, coming from that Park Place here. Halo pushes feminist messaging in Women's History Month. Social media posts sparks a backlash from longtime fans. Oh my gosh. This is going to be absolutely hilarious. Let's see what this has. The Halo franchise, once a dominant force in the gaming industry, continues to stray further from its roots. Latest controversy, Microsoft's Halo Studios decided to roll out not one, but two separate posts celebrating Women's History Month, promoting in-game content themed around feminist messaging. Rather than rallying its core audience, these posts ignited a wave of backlash from the gaming community. Of course it would, because people who run Halo are fucking retarded. Which has grown increasingly frustrated with the studio's ongoing efforts to cater to an audience that seems largely uninterested in the franchise. This is Women's History Month. We honor the women whose brilliance, drive, and creativity continue to inspire change within our industry, studio, and community. We rise by lifting each other. I'm assuming that's supposed to mean up. Even though that's probably a male emoji, bicep. Log in this month to claim your Women's History Month armor coating visor and emblem. Is this it? Wow, that looks retarded as hell. Retarded as hell. So, yeah, we pretty much just read what they're saying right here. So they made that post, and apparently it was followed by another post highlighting Cortana, the game's well-known AI companion, as a symbol of inspiration for Women's History Month. We salute strong female characters like Cortana who remind us you can do it. Log in to unlock your exclusive MCC nameplate. The response from the fanbase was immediate, with players questioning why Halo, a series known for its intense sci-fi battles and military themes, was being used as a vehicle for corporate DEI messaging. And this was the response. Backlash wasn't just about the content of the post, but about a growing pattern. Microsoft has routinely used Halo's platform for similar messaging, from its annual Pride Month celebration to Black History Month posts. While these initiatives might play well in corporate broadrooms, Halo's traditional audience, primarily male gamers who grew up with the franchise's gritty, battle torn storytelling, continues to express frustration at the direction the brand has taken. Smash JT, a well known gaming commentator, summed it up bluntly. Once upon a time, there was this beloved franchise we called Halo, he said in his official write up on the story. A magical era and game experience that quickly rose to become a titan of the gaming industry. But no, not anymore. It's become a shell of its former self, and the things that are happening behind the scenes right now should be cause for concern for everybody. According to Smash JT and many other voices in the gaming community, the shift in priorities at Halo Studios has led to a decline in the franchise's quality. The repeated focus on social messaging over gameplay innovations, combined with years of mismanagement, has left the series in a state of decline. Many fans argue that these marketing efforts alienate the very players who built Halo into the powerhouse it once was. I mean, yeah, just look right here. This explains everything. This right here explains everything. Beyond the social media posts, there are deeper concerns about the individuals now leading Halo Studios. Many of the key figures in charge seem more interested in advancing certain ideological narratives than in delivering a great gaming experience. One of the most criticized hires was Melissa Boone, the studio's chief of staff and head of HR, who has a history of prioritizing social initiatives over game development. Additionally, Pamela I almost wanted to say Pistachio, Piscitello, previously responsible for the marketing of Firewalk Studios, a $400+ million failure Concord, has now been placed in a leadership role at Halo Studios. These hires suggest that rather than course correcting, Microsoft is doubling down on the same strategies that have already led to failure elsewhere in the gaming industry. Let the circus tent burn. That's unfortunately becoming my attitude towards all of this. Let it burn. Let it crash and burn, and keep shining the spotlight on it to reveal to them the sins that they are committing. Because these are tourists. These are not real gamers. These people do not care about gaming. If your mindset is, I need to get into gaming because there's a lack of representation, no, you're not in it for gaming. Should be gaming first. And then whatever your beliefs are should be put on the back burner. And the fact of the matter is that idea, that idea of hiring someone based on their merits and their skill and whatnot, as opposed to a DEI hire or, a consultant firm in terms of, getting those, what is it, ESG points or whatever the hell the stupid point system they do. It worked in the past. That's why a recent survey showed that a lot of people are going to games from the past. Because those games were created by people with tons of different ideology and tons of different theologies and tons of different beliefs. And yet they could come together to make a game that could be good. These fools do not get it. They do not get it. And they should be removed and not allowed back in until they can learn to appreciate what it is that the gaming industry is all about. The industry's ongoing struggles. This is just one example of a broader trend where major Western game studios prioritize branding and corporate messaging over actually producing high-quality games. While Halo fans have been vocal about their dissatisfaction, similar issues have plagued other franchises in recent years. Instead of learning from these failures, studios continue hiring the same figures responsible for past missteps, ensuring that the cycles repeats. That's what I find hilarious too. Like, especially, Concord failure. What was it? That one person, Dragonvale, got put on like supposedly got put on something else. It's like, like, well, it poisoned this game. I think when we like maybe if we inject it with this game, it won't be poisoned this time. Maybe the antibodies will build or something. It's like, no, it's gonna be poisoned. This is just one example of a broader trend where major Western game studios prioritize branding and corporate messaging over actually producing high quality games. While Halo fans have been vocal about their dissatisfaction, similar issues have plagued other franchises in recent years. Oh, I literally just read all that. Whoops. Anyway, the result: a declining franchise that struggles to stay relevant, a frustrated player base that feels ignored, and an industry that seems more concerned with optics than delivering the type of immersive, high quality experiences that made gaming so popular in the first place. Excuse me. So, where does Halo go from here? If Microsoft wants Halo to reclaim its former glory, it needs to take a hard look at its priorities. The franchise wasn't built on corporate messaging or themed cosmetics. It was built on compelling stories, innovative gameplay, and a dedicated community. The continued rejection of the franchise's core audience will only drive Halo further into irrelevance. And then for now, it appears that Halo Studios has no intention of changing course. Industry grapples with mass layoffs, declining sales, and growing skepticism from consumers. The question remains: how much longer can these companies afford to ignore the very player who made their success possible? Their sexist is, and that's the thing too. That's called the biting the hand that, and it's straight up bastardizing entire the entire thing. That's what it is. Ridiculous. I thought this was funny. So, iconic game publisher Acclaim has been resurrected with wrestler Jeff Jarrett as advisor. Oh man, the U.S. publisher, which specialized in licensed game, went bankrupt 20 years ago. Now, Acclaimed acquired and what made me think of this is that Acclaim acquired a company called THQ, and THQ made WCW NWO Revenge, I believe, in like No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000. Those games. I played the crap out of those wrestling games. I just thought it was funny that Jeff Jarrett is the person that apparently is an advisor. But apparently being resurrected. Originally founded in 1987, this comes from Video Game Chronicle, by the way. Originally founded in 1987 by a trio of former Activision employees, Acclaim became known for a steady stream of games based on popular IP, before eventually declaring bankruptcy on September 1st, 2004. Now, more than 20 years later, Acclaim is back. Led by CEO Alex Joseph, the former founder and CEO of Graffiti Games. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion apparently is their solid title there. Never heard of it before. So, in a statement, the publisher says its initial goals are, quote, to support indie developers and reignite classic franchises, providing funding, marketing, and PC support to indie studios. Acclaim was perhaps best known for its licensed games, and one of the key aims of the new company is to, quote, resurrect and revitalize its beloved portfolio of classic IP enjoyed for years by millions of players. So, to accomplish this, an advisory board of esteemed industry leaders has been set up to shape the publisher's future, with board members including Russell Binder, founding partner of licensing and merchandising company Stryker Entertainment, Mark Kaplan, founder of business consultancy firm Ridge Partners, and wrestler entrepreneur Jeff Jarrett will smash you in the face with his guitar. Jarrett, who previously starred in Acclaim's WWF Attitude game. Yep. For more than 3 decades, I've had the privilege to have been a part of both the wrestling and gaming universes. Is he an avid gamer? and I'm thrilled to now be a partner in the revival of Acclaim, an iconic publisher known for releasing some of the most legendary games of 80s and 90s. From my early involvement with the publisher's hit 16-bit WWF titles to my experience helping shaping the TNA wrestling series, which spawned the first video game wrestler to become a full-time roster member in the Squared Circle, I've seen firsthand the type of impact great games can have on players and fans. Resurrecting Acclaim is an opportunity to impart the same degree of passion and love to a new generation, and I'm excited to be involved. Acclaim published around 300 games over the course of its original run, many of which were based on popular movies and TV shows. Most notably included is WWF games, The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants. Is that game really good though? Terminator 2. Oh boy, unless it's Terminator 2, the arcade game, Terminator 2 was not good. In fact, I would recommend checking out Terminator 2D. That game looks amazing. Alien Theory, a Turok Dinosaur Hunter, South Park, and the home versions of such midway series as Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam. Now those games are pretty good. I'd say they're pretty solid. Well, I am definitely interested to seeing like what Acclaim has in store. We'll see where this goes. I just think it's funny that Jeff Jarrett is an advisor because it just made me originally think of again WCW NWO Revenge. I don't know if THQ did World Tour. Not 100% sure on that. Then you had No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000. I actually still have those games over there. Love those games. Games were so much fun. So, Video Game Chronicle also pointed this out here, and this caught my eye. Sony announces centralized PlayStation beta program for PS5 and PC. Apparently, you can register now for the new beta program at PlayStation. So, apparently, it's going to serve as an umbrella beta program for both PS5 and PC experiences. The beta program at PlayStation will create an easy, centralized place for you to register your interest in a range of future PlayStation betas, explained Sid Schumann, Senior Director, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Content Communications. A single registration for beta program at PlayStation will allow you to express interest in gaining beta access to test participating games for the PS5 console and PC. New PS5 console features, PlayStation app features, and even user experience features on PlayStation.com. You only need to sign up once to express interest in these various betas, and if you receive an invitation to a specific beta, it's up to you to decide whether you'd like to participate or not, he added in a PlayStation blog post. And they've got a link right here. We'll begin to open up globally starting today, meaning it isn't currently available in all regions, but it should be soon. While players can register for the chance to be considered for future PlayStation betas, Sony said that doing so doesn't guarantee participation. Registered players must have a PlayStation Network account in good standing, mind you, live in a region where the beta program is available, and meet the legal age requirement for their region. March's PlayStation Plus Essential games were released earlier today. They are the Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Yeah, that's like free pretty much if you have the Essentials game. Wow, what a terrible game. Sonic Colors Ultimate and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the Cowabunga Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. I've got that for the Switch. I also have I also have the ROMs of those too because I've got physical copies of them. But there you go. Interesting. I wonder if, but it begs the question if they will honestly listen to like, what was it? User experience features on the PlayStation.com. I wonder if people can utilize this to be like, dude, why are you making such a garbage game? Like, get the DEI out of it. Like, that is my participation. That's what I'm wondering if people can kind of go utilize this to like maybe make a wave in terms of like, what do you guys think of this game? Why is there unnecessary ideology in there? But I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Hopping over to Niche Gamer here. Apparently, Suikoden the anime has been announced. Konami has announced Suikoden the anime, a new anime adaptation of the beloved Japanese RPG series. The new televised animated series is being co-produced by Konami Animation Studios, NBC Universal Entertainment Japan, and is described as a new series to, quote, introduce new fans to the deep lore of Suikoden 2. I actually need to play this Suikoden games. I know they were ones people have recommended to me before. We want to keep the greatness of the original story, Yoshitaka Murayama-san created, and Suikoden producer Ryu Nato in a press release. The show is one way of showing the story. It is the anime. A rather short article, but if you're a fan of Suikoden, I guess keep an eye out because the anime. Well, it's not Netflix, so there could be some hope of it not being messed up. It's just this one right here. But I don't know how good NBC Universal Entertainment Japan is. And I think they recently released a trailer for like a remake of the Suikoden. I think this was on Niche Gamer too. Let me check real quick. Yeah, right here. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster. So it shared the launch trailer for their Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster Gate Ruin and Done-In Unification Wars remasters. The rundown on the new remaster plus the launch trailer. You get the story of Suikoden 1, story of Suikoden 2. All background illustrations have been upgraded to HD, updated effects breathe new life into the pixel art animation, new environment sounds, effects to immerse yourself in the fantasy world. Battle sound effects are also now HD and add a new level of realism. Newly added autosave, battle fast forward, and conversation log. The question is, was this censored in any way, shape, or form? Let's watch the trailer here.
Suikoden is a JRPG series that tells its
Why is
story
captions
through more
on?
than 100 unique characters. The two original titles have been united for the latest consoles as Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster.
Suikoden?
Suikoden 1
Suikoden
is where it all started. The Empire is in chaos due to a violent tyrant, once a renowned hero. Our hero stands up as the leader of the...
Did he just say that, dude, once a renowned hero, could that have been like a twist? I don't know about you guys, but if like one of the major twists was like the tyrant used to be like a hero from the past, you just ruined like a major plot point.
Army and gathers allies to fight against the oppressive rule. Ideals, honor, friendship, loyalty, love, ambition. Various ideas swirl under two different flags, the Liberation Army and the Imperial Army.
That like it's a 3-minute trailer.
On their relationships.
Well, you can watch that there. I just think it's funny. I really hope that didn't like spoil anything. Again, I haven't played Suikoden, as the announcer here apparently pronounces it. I thought it was like Suikoden, how I always pronounced it, and I thought I heard other people pronounce it. But if you want to watch the trailer, you can check it out, probably on like YouTube or here on Niche Gamer. I'm not affiliated in any way, shape, or form, just giving you a heads up. I thought this was very interesting. So back to Video Game Chronicle here. Japanese players overwhelmingly favored domestic game series last year, a new survey suggests. Uh-oh. None of the 20 most popular series named by those surveyed were made in the West. Ouch. Ouch. Oh no. We deserve it because we have a bunch of libtards running a bunch of stuff, and we're trying our best to weed them out here, folks. But oh, that should be like a dagger to the heart. That's showing that we cannot give like back to like Japan and the world out there like good content. Because if anything, we bastardize their content. Oh my gosh. Anyway, new survey asking Japanese players about their favorite video games they played last year featured no Western entries in the top 20. Survey was commissioned earlier this year by Japanese game company Hike Co. And carried out independently by its research arm, Sarugaku Agency. The result, which has been reported on Automatan, found that when 1,000 participants of varying age and levels of game experience were asked about their favorite games they played last year, the vast majority of those most frequently mentioned were Japanese IPs. In fact, in the entire top 20 of series mentioned, only the number 20 spot was a series not developed in Japan. And that would be the Chinese developed Genshin Impact. Oh my gosh. The first Western game to appear in the list is Fortnite at number 21. Dude, we need to step it up. But I mean, we got a lot of problems like happening in the gaming industry. We got to get rid of a lot of these like tourists and stuff. But we are dropping the ball. Oh, brother. So topping the list is, of course, the Final Fantasy series, presumably due to the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What? This is March 4. I'm confused. I thought Rebirth. Oh, due to the release of. I read that wrong. I thought for some reason, like, are they implying that it's not out yet? I could have sworn that got released. Followed closely by The Legend of Zelda, of course, and Super Mario. I mean, that's just these titles obviously should just be a given. Like, that's not to be expected. While Splatoon demonstrates its continued popularity in Japan with the number 6 slot. So here we go. Here's the full top 20 from those surveyed. So we got Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Dragon Quest for 4, Pokemon for 5, Splatoon for 6, Elden Ring for 7, Like a Dragon for 8, Momotaro Densetsu for 9, Animal Crossing for 10, Persona for 11, Resident Evil or Biohazard for 12, Monster Hunter for 13, Street Fighter for 14, Unicorn Overlord for 15, Armored Core for 16, Powerful Pro Baseball for 17, Shiren the Wanderer 18, Nier for 19, and Genshin Impact for 20. I mean, not a bad list. There's some I know, some I don't know, but yeah. The fact that no Western game was on there except Fortnite, that's not even on the top 20. Ugh. Elsewhere in the survey, PC gaming has shown growth in popularity compared to previous years, especially among core players who play a lot of video games. When asked which hardware players preferred to use when playing their game, Switch won out among casual players, moderate players, and core players. While PS4 was second place among casual and moderate players, PS5 was second for core players. However, PC came extremely close to Sony's console in all three categories of player. And among core Japanese players, 19% of respondents said PC was their format of choice, compared to the 16.9 last year and 17 the year before. The survey also found that around half of casual players said they tended to focus on playing through one game at a time, while moderate and core players say they prefer to jump between multiple games. Yeah, I'm one where I would jump between one or two, maybe three, depending on how long the game is. Like I've been doing Okami, Tomb Raider, and then just finished up the very glitchy, at least the PC port, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. Holy crap, that game for PC was terrible. I was reading online that the GOG version kind of got revamped and fixed, but unfortunately at the time I had the Steam version. I'm not buying another game again. Even though if I did get it from GOG, I would actually own the game, unlike for. But I have my ways. So I haven't put in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for a while, but there's a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC. Daima Adventure Through the Demon Realm has gotten its first trailer, and it being based on the new Dragon Ball Daima anime series, which just ended, I believe, last Friday. Apparently, it's going to be launched sometime between July and September of this year, followed by its second part sometime between January and March of 2026. You can explore the world of Dragon Ball Daima, relive the thrilling adventures of Goku Mini and his friends Florio, Shin, and Pansy. Rip that person. Traverse fields and maps that faithfully recreate the stunning world of the anime series. And immerse ourselves into the demon world. Engage in battle with new techniques. So, I doubt this will really spoil a whole lot of stuff for me, at least. I do need to watch Dragon Ball Daima at some point. I've only watched episode 1. I love how they call him Dragon Ball or Goku Mini. You have Kid Goku, Goku GT, Dinosaur, giant teapot. Wait, are they still using the concept of throwing us like Tao Pai Pai, riding like breaking a pillar and throwing it and hopping on it? They don't have the menu around, like kind of like what Kakarot had. NZ looks pretty solid. Yeah, I'm not familiar with a whole lot of characters. I don't even remember the name of like the guys from up front. But there you go. I mean, it looks pretty solid. I enjoyed Kakarot, but something about it didn't have a whole lot of replay value for me. But I think I need to like do the other DLC though. But in any case, we are on something that caught my eye. I remember wanting to play this back 2013 when it was announced and then sadly got canceled. Scalebound director wants to revive the franchise with Phil Spencer. So the latest generation was not too kind to Xbox, but Microsoft still provided many solid exclusives to its fans throughout the generation. This is from Tech for Gamers. With games like Dead Rising 3, Killer Instinct, and Titanfall launching as exclusives, the Xbox One had more than a few noteworthy titles. Unfortunately, not every game developed for the Xbox One saw the light of day. And I'm mad because I got the Xbox One, I think particularly for playing Scalebound. There were games I wanted to play, but to me, it would justify getting an Xbox One to play Scalebound. One such project was Platinum Games' Scalebound, which was canceled due to, quote, technical problems and hardware limitations. Was that really the case? Was that actually confirmed? I remember it just being like they just straight up canceled it. 8 years after this cancellation, director Hideki Kamiya appears to have a soft spot for the series and hopes to revive it with Xbox someday. And Xbox has positioned itself as a major publisher in the industry today, making it likely to aid studios like Clover's when given the opportunity. For the unaware, Hideki Kamiya no longer works at Platinum Games and is currently leading the development of Okami 2. Hey, that's what I'm playing. As part of Capcom's new studio, Clover's. Studio's official trailer account recently shared a video of the director reminiscing about Scalebound along with his new team, discussing the concept of the protagonist and his gameplay. He also noted that Scalebound's core gameplay still looks great today, despite its persisting technical problems. Following this treat, the director went on to call Phil Spencer for collaboration, hoping to give the series another shot. That would be absolutely amazing. And this is what he said. Even now, it looks great. Let's do it, Phil. Perhaps the most interesting element of the situation is the fact that this is not the first time the veteran developer has shown interest in working with Xbox. He called on Phil Spencer in a similar manner a few years ago, hoping to use modern technology to revive Scalebound. Moreover, there is reason to believe things might work out now. Xbox is now more keen than ever to work with Japanese studios, and the gaming giant has even facilitated Ninja Gaiden's revival. I actually do need to play Ninja Gaiden's Ninja Gaiden Black 2. Ninja Gaiden Black 2, yeah. As such, it would not be far-fetched to expect a similar turn of events for Scalebound. And for now, Clovers and Hideki Kamiya are busy making Okami 2. Capcom is also reviving IPs like Onimusha, showing its commitment to keeping beloved IPs alive in the modern era. Yeah, here's the gameplay of Scalebound. Wow, that's actually quite loud.
You're up, big guy. All right, let's go.
Check it out. Just stomps on that dude.
Let's go.
Brief alpha gameplay. I mean, this still looks really good. No? That looks cool. Dude, I absolutely would love to see Scalebound. That's pretty much all the articles I have for the most part. I found this Fandom Wire game. See if they add recent information here. Some dreams refuse to die, even when they're officially canceled. As Hideki Kamiya, the legendary game director who can't seem to shake the ghost of Scalebound, his ambitious dragon riding action RPG that got the axe back in 2017. Oh, I thought it was 2013. I thought that's what I read, but I guess I'm wrong. You'd think after 8 years, the mastermind behind Devil May Cry and Bayonetta would have moved on, but just like the stubborn dragon that won't take no for an answer, Scalebound keeps clawing its way back up into the spotlight. Kamiya's passion for Scalebound refuses to extinguish. Here's the video here. And shoot in different direction. Change the situation. Got his own headphones and smartphone. Just like an isekai reincarnation. Yeah, exactly. That's the big trend now. Even now, it looks great. That's the vibe. Kamiya, I've wanted to do this ever since I first worked. Oh, man. There you go. Watching Kamiya geek out over old Scalebound footages is like a kid rediscovering their favorite toy. It's clear this game wasn't just another project. It was something special to the creator, who gave us some of gaming's most stylish titles. The internet predictably responded with enthusiasm. Go, right there. Kamiya wasn't content to leave it at fond memories. He took things a step further with his retweet, directly appealing to Xbox boss Phil Spencer himself. Let's do it, Phil. Yeah. The enthusiasm is infectious, but let's remember what Scalebound actually was. It wasn't just any game. It was an ambitious title that promised to let players form a bond with an AI-controlled dragon named Thuban. Think How to Train Your Dragon, but with more swords and less Viking helmets. Combat would have blended Platinum Games' signature stylish action with RPG elements, letting players customize both Drew, the human protagonist, and a scaly companion. The game even planned to include 4-player co-op, but here's where things gets tricky. While Kamiya's enthusiasm is undeniable, bringing Scalebound back is easier said than done. For starters, Microsoft still owns IP rights to the game. Without their approval and potentially their financial backing, a revival is impossible. Then there's Kamiya's current passion project, Okami 2. After years of fan prayers to even every deity imaginable, the sequel to one of game's most beloved cult classics is finally happening. And it was announced at Game Awards 2024. The project is still in its early stages. As Kamiya himself noted in an update, it's just, quote, a small bud that is blossoming. And with Amaterasu's paintbrush set to create magic once again under his direction at Clover's Inc., it raises a particular question. Does Kamiya have room on his plate for two massive projects? I think he would, easily. Game development isn't exactly a walk in the park, and both Scalebound and Okami 2 would demand serious time and resources. I think he could still do it. So what's a game director to do? For now, it seems he's content with the dream, keeping the dream alive through social media and fond reminiscing. But in the world of video games, never say never. Stranger revivals have happened. Well, there you go. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Let's finish off here and reminisce about what games were released over the years here on today and tomorrow. Got Turok Dinosaur Hunter. Oh my gosh, Pepsi Man. Eternal Reign Kessen. Oh yeah, the PlayStation 2 in Japan was released. That is what I am talking about, baby. Street Fighter EX3. Conker's Bad Fur Day for Nintendo. Ooh, Fatal Frame. Not bad. Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc. Apparently it goes to the Shell Standalone Complex. Wow, there's a lot of solid games. God of War, Chains of Olympus. Tomb Raider for the PC, the reboot. There you go, Stick of Truth. Dang. Wow. A lot of solid games. And for tomorrow, let's see. Anything that we know. Battle Max 2. Not familiar with that game. I've heard the Bouncer is actually pretty good, and I've been wanting to play it. Got Wario, Master of Disguise. Hey, Resident Evil 5. Space Rangers. Mass Effect 3. There you go. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. Mirror of Fate. There we go. Naruto, Powerful Shippuden. And you've got Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. SimCity. Nice. And WWE 2K24. 1 year ago, but okay. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to end it right there. I think that was a very good list from GameFAQs. So we were on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to turn on notifications to get notified when I go live. We'll continue gaming tomorrow. And with that being said, I appreciate all the support. Can we rate anybody? We're actually good. Not really seeing anybody. Moment for myself. Well, in any case, I will catch you guys on the flip side. You guys have a good rest of your night. Take care. God bless. And